Have you ever had the feeling that God is trying to communicate with you, but you couldn't quite identify the signs? In this video, we will explore 10 ways God may be speaking to you, revealing how to recognize these divine messages in your daily life. Stay with us to learn how to identify and understand these subtle yet powerful forms of communication. God connects with each of us in different ways every day. However, it's crucial that we learn to discern and align our lives with what He is saying. God may manifest through scripture, prayer, meditation, or even through the people around us. We all need the Lord's daily guidance. After all, He is the beginning and the end, and He knows every detail of our path. Often, we're so caught up in our daily activities that we fail to notice when God is trying to send us signs. He uses various ways to communicate, including physical sensations we can feel in our bodies. Identifying these signs can help us align our choices with God's will, leading us to make wiser, more spiritually guided decisions. That's why we're going to share with you 6 signs that might indicate God is speaking to you to help you recognize His voice and direction in your everyday life. Let's get started. 1. Changes in circumstances. When you surrender your plans to God, but things don't turn out as expected, it could be that He's guiding you towards something greater. It's essential to discern God's voice, especially when your expectations aren't met or when a new and unexpected opportunity comes your way. Sometimes we place our trust in God to accomplish something specific, and when it doesn't happen, we become frustrated. However, this could be a sign that God is leading us to a better path that we haven't yet seen. Imagine that dream job slipping through your fingers. At the moment, it might feel like a huge disappointment, but maybe God is preparing something much bigger for you. He knows what's best for each of us and often guides us along paths we don't immediately understand. What we need to do is keep trusting in His will, which is always good, perfect, and pleasing. When an unexpected opportunity arises, it's crucial to seek God's mind. He may be opening doors you never imagined. Instead of focusing on the closed doors, concentrate on the new ones that are opening. God works quietly, adjusting circumstances for your good. Trust that He is in control and that every change in your path is part of a greater plan. 2. People around you. Have you ever thought that God might be using the people close to you to speak to you? It could be a friend, a family member, or even a spiritual leader. These people can be instruments of God, bringing advice, words of encouragement, or testimonies that directly address what you need to hear. It's amazing how a simple conversation can contain God's answer to a prayer. Pay attention to the confirmations that come through others. Sometimes we hear the same advice repeatedly from different sources, all pointing in the same direction. That's no coincidence. It's God using the people around you to guide you and confirm the path He has for you. These messages can come at unexpected moments, so always stay alert and receptive. When you receive advice or a message that deeply touches your heart, take some time to pray and seek God's guidance. Ask Him to confirm if this is the direction you should follow. God will never leave you without guidance, but it's important to be open and sensitive to hear. 3. Physical sensations. Have you ever felt an unexplainable physical sensation like chills, a gentle touch, or pressure in some part of your body? These sensations could be a sign that God is trying to get your attention. He communicates in various ways, and the body can be an instrument through which He delivers important messages. These sensations may seem strange or disconnected, but they are not mere coincidences. They carry a purpose and meaning that we need to decipher. When you feel something like this, try to note the experience, what you felt, when, and in what situation. This can help you identify patterns or recurring messages. After noting it, take some time to pray and ask God for guidance. Ask Him what these sensations mean and how you should respond. God wants to communicate clearly with you, and being attuned to these physical cues can help you understand His will. Before we continue with the next sign, we'd like to invite you to subscribe to our channel. If you're seeking a life more aligned with God's will and want to receive content that will build up your faith and provide spiritual direction, don't miss the chance to subscribe now. By subscribing, you'll always be up to date with our messages and teachings that can transform your life. Don't wait. Also, activate notifications to be alerted whenever a new video is posted. Now, let's move on to the next sign. Difficulty sleeping. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, unable to fall back asleep? This kind of insomnia could be more than just an inconvenience. It might be God trying to get your attention. During these quiet hours, He could be placing a burden on your heart, inviting you to pray either for your own needs or for those of others. It's in these moments of stillness that God's voice can become clearer. Instead of becoming frustrated with the lack of sleep, see it as an opportunity to connect with God. Use this time to pray and ask Him what He wants you to do. Perhaps He's asking you to intercede for someone, reflect on an important decision, or simply spend time in His presence. God uses these moments to draw us closer to Him and guide us in His will. Instead of seeing the lost sleep as an inconvenience, view it as a divine invitation. God is always working in our lives, even when we're unaware of it. Take advantage of these moments to align with God, seek His directions, and strengthen your faith and purpose. Inner peace or restlessness. Have you ever experienced a deep sense of peace, as though you were on the right path? This kind of peace is a confirmation that you are aligned with God's will. When this tranquility fills your heart after prayer, it's a sign that you're on the right track. On the other hand, if you feel persistent restlessness regarding a decision or situation, that could be a warning from God. When we feel uncomfortable or anxious, it's crucial to pause and seek His guidance. This discomfort could be God trying to warn us of a mistake or danger. Whenever you feel this way, pray and ask God for clarity. He wants to guide you in every step, and paying attention to these feelings can help you avoid errors and follow the correct path. Remember that God's peace is one of the greatest gifts we can receive. It guides, comforts, and assures us that we're where we should be. So always be mindful of this peace, or its absence, and allow God to direct your steps. This sensitivity to His voice and His peace will make all the difference in your spiritual journey. Repeated messages. When a message or word keeps appearing in different contexts, whether at church, in conversations with friends, when reading a book, or listening to a song, it's likely that God is trying to tell you something important. Pay attention to these repeated messages and take some time to seek God's presence in prayer. When you notice these messages recurring, set aside a moment to seek God in prayer. Ask Him what He is trying to communicate and how it applies to your life. God uses these repetitive messages to highlight something you need to focus on, change, or understand better. It may be an invitation to forgive, trust Him more, or make a specific decision. Paying attention to these messages can transform your life. By recognizing and responding to these signs, you align more deeply with God's plan and experience greater clarity and purpose in your spiritual walk. Let's remember the story of Moses and the burning bush found in Exodus chapter 3, verses 1 to 6. Moses noticed an extraordinary sign, a bush that was burning but not consumed. This was the way God chose to capture Moses' attention and deliver a crucial message. Just as God spoke to Moses through a physical sign, He can also communicate with us in unexpected ways. When Moses approached the bush, he received clear instructions from God to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. This passage teaches us the importance of paying attention to the signs around us and drawing near to God to understand what He wants to tell us. Moses' story is a powerful example of how God uses physical signs to catch our attention and communicate His instructions. Just like Moses, we need to be attentive to the signs around us, whether they are circumstances, physical sensations, or repeated messages. Moses could have ignored the burning bush, but his curiosity and willingness to investigate led him to a life-changing encounter with God. By recognizing and responding to the signs God sends, we can discover greater purposes and receive clear directions for our lives. God is always communicating with us, and it's up to us to pay attention, seek understanding, and obey His revealing dreams. Dreams have been used throughout biblical history as a powerful means of divine communication. From Joseph in Egypt to Daniel in Babylon, God has often chosen to reveal His plans and provide guidance through dreams. These dreams can be symbolic, filled with imagery and deep meanings that aren't immediately clear. When you have a dream that feels significant or keeps repeating, it could be a sign that God is trying to communicate with you. These dreams may bring messages of encouragement, warnings, or specific direction for a decision you need to make. It's important to seek discernment and interpretation through prayer and reading the Bible. Sometimes God uses dreams to warn about something that is coming, or to confirm something He's already been speaking to your heart in other ways. Keeping a dream journal can be helpful in recording and reflecting on these moments, aiding in identifying patterns and consistent messages that might have deeper meaning. A sense of urgency or restlessness. There are times when you may feel a sudden urge or sense of urgency to act on something specific. It might be a strong feeling that you need to call someone, help someone in need, or make a decision you've been putting off. This sense of urgency shouldn't be ignored because it could be God's way of prompting you to fulfill a purpose or meet an immediate need. This kind of restlessness can come out of nowhere, but it's usually accompanied by a clear sense of what needs to be done. When you experience this feeling, it's important to pause and seek God's guidance through prayer. Ask Him what He wants you to do and be attentive to how He may be using this urgency to guide you. God might be directing you toward an action that will have a significant impact, either in your life or in someone else's. Often this feeling may be followed by a deep sense of peace after the action is taken, confirming that you followed the divine direction. Unexpected opportunities. God is known for opening doors that no one can shut and shutting doors that no one can open. When unexpected doors begin to open in your life, whether they're career opportunities, relationships, or new paths for spiritual growth, it could be a sign that God is leading you towards something new and better. These opportunities often come as surprises and may seem out of the ordinary or even unlikely. For instance, you might receive a job offer in a field you never considered, or someone from your past may reappear with a proposal for partnership or collaboration. These openings can be seen as God's hand at work in your life, especially if they come in response to specific prayers or during periods of deep spiritual seeking. However, it's important not to accept these opportunities automatically. You need to discern whether these doors are truly aligned with God's will. Take time to pray, seek counsel from spiritual leaders, and look for confirmations that this new direction is indeed part of God's plan for your life. When these doors are truly opened by God, they often bring peace, joy, and a renewed sense of purpose. There are special moments when the presence of God feels more intense and tangible. This feeling can occur during worship, deep prayer, Bible reading, or even in moments of silence and personal reflection. This heightened awareness of God's presence is a sign that He is speaking directly to your heart, bringing a specific message, encouragement, comfort, or direction. When you feel this closeness with God, it's as though the world around you fades into the background, and you become fully aware of the divine presence with you. This sensation might be accompanied by deep peace, inexplicable joy, or even tears of emotion. In these moments, God may be revealing His will for your life, confirming a decision, or simply showing that He is with you through every circumstance. It's important to cherish these moments and remain open to what God might be communicating. It can be helpful to jot down what you experienced and reflect on it later, trying to understand what God was saying. This heightened awareness of God's presence is a rare and precious gift that can strengthen your faith, renew your spirit, and give you the confidence that you are on the right path. God is constantly speaking to us, guiding us through signs, circumstances, and inner promptings. The key to unlocking His voice lies in our willingness to pay attention, trust, and respond in faith. Each sign is an invitation to a deeper relationship with Him, a chance to align ourselves with His perfect plan. When we open our hearts and minds to His direction, we experience peace, clarity, and purpose like never before. Remember, God is always working behind the scenes, orchestrating every detail of your life for your good. Stay attuned, stay faithful, and watch how He transforms your path into something extraordinary. If you want to grow in wisdom and discernment, strengthen your faith, and apply biblical teachings in your life, we have a special challenge for you. In just 4 weeks, you can transform your life by understanding and applying the deep lessons contained in the book of Proverbs. With a series of recorded classes, mind maps, and support materials, you'll have all the resources needed to internalize and live by the principles of biblical wisdom. Don't miss this unique opportunity to deepen your knowledge and receive divine guidance that can revolutionize your life. Click the link in the description and start the Proverbs Bible Challenge right now. Come, experience complete transformation and align yourself with God's plans for a full and successful life. Thank you so much for staying with us until the end. I hope this video has helped you recognize the signs that God is speaking to you. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications so you won't miss our upcoming content. See you next time.